what's up? It's time for episode 340 of Good Luck High Five.
That's right. This is a podcast for you if you play Magic the Gathering, whether you're sitting at home jamming some arena or you're heading out to your local game store for some Friday night Magic or just playing Commander with your friends. We are here for you.
I'm one of your hosts, Jet-Lagged Maria.
And I'm another one of your hosts, basically asleep Megan.
We are fresh off the plane from Barcelona, Spain.
Yes, fresh off the plane from Spain.
That's right, where the rain was mainly on the plains.
That's right,
Confirmed.
because it was not where we were, which was slightly hilly.
Except for one day, it did pour down.
That's true.
But I didn't witness it.
Oh, I watched them sweep it out of the convention center.
They swept the rain out?
Yes,
with brooms?
It was like leaking in under doors, and they got brooms and they were sweeping it out again.
It was like a torrential downpour.
You could hear it on the roof of the convention center.
I know,
it was
because
wild.
we were live and all of a sudden I heard like, and I was like, what is that noise? Did they finally turn on the AC in here? And no, it was just a huge thunderstorm. Anyway.
It was a huge thunderstorm.
That's where we were this past week.
And we are going to say all things Mythic Championship.
We are going to say them so much.
We are going to say all things Mythic Championship. We're going to talk about all things Mythic Championship.
No, we're going to say it. We are going to say it.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Mythic Championship IV, Modern Horizons Draft, and Modern. All of our thoughts streamed directly into your ears through your cat's mouth.
That's right.
Coming up in mere moments.
Yeah, we've got everything from what decks were popular to who won our player draft.
Yeah.
And more.
And more.
But before we get started, look at these 6 stickers.
Look at our beautiful new stickers.
Holding a set of beautiful new stickers. If you are a patron of the show, we are slightly behind on mailing stickers because we had to make a new order of them. But we now have them and they are gorgeous.
These ones will be coming your way.
So you are, really, you're getting a great deal out of it because you're getting these hot, fancy new stickers.
So Card Kingdom, by the way, if you want one in your order, we were going to ship them some. So they don't have them just yet, but they will very soon.
Yes.
By the way.
So we're just bragging about those for a minute because they look so good.
They look so
I want to brag about them.
They look so good. We should make some merch with this stuff.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, speaking of Card Kingdom.
Yes. They are great.
They're awesome. They're one of our sponsors.
Yes.
And you can head to the link cardkingdom.com/GLHF when you want to buy anything for your magical life. Say you watched the Modern Horizons draft at the Mythic Championship and you're like, I have friends. We should draft this.
We should draft this because that looks cool and difficult.
Yeah.
Challenging as heck, team.
Yes, challenging as heck. But yeah, no, it is a super fun draft format and challenging, like Megan said. And if you want to play it, they will sell you a box, and you can get sweet Good Luck High Five tokens in your order just by saying Good Luck Have Token. Yeah. When you order something, you can get singles to kind of sweeten out your modern deck if you want.
And speaking of patrons, thank you to everyone who's a patron of the show.
Yay!
We so appreciate you keeping this show happening and on the air. And in August, we've got some sweet hangouts coming up.
I'm so excited.
On August 8th is some times when you can challenge me to play on Arena in the format of your choice. Sign up for that. Will be live on our Discord on August 1st, which is a week beforehand.
Yes.
And then Maria, yours is on the 15th.
Yeah.
A day to challenge Maria.
I will fight you.
Yeah.
I will fight you.
And then coming up last on the August 29th is our patron hangout day.
Ooh.
So if you want to get in on any of those, become a patron of the show.
Yeah.
And if you're already one, make sure you're happening on Discord.
Yes.
Make sure that you are happening there.
Make sure you're happening. If you have any trouble, just shoot us a message on Patreon. We will get you sorted out.
Sorted out.
We'll sort you out. Yeah. I was going to say something. Oh, what I was going to say is, by the way, if you want magic news, you should listen to our sister podcast, The Upkeep, which is 10 minutes of news every single week.
Yeah.
And we just recorded that before this.
Yes.
And if you're not aware,
chock full of tons of news.
So much news.
That one this week was 11 minutes.
It was 11 minutes.
Because there was so much news, we literally couldn't say it in 10.
Stuff it all into the news bag.
We tried.
But it was our cup overfloweth this week.
The news cup.
I'm so proud of that show too. Yeah. So I want everybody to make sure that you know about it. You can subscribe to it anywhere you get your podcast. It's also on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/goodluckhighfive.
Yeah, man. All right. What's happening? Oh, man.
Let's talk about the Mythic Championship from Barcelona.
Yeah, because it sure happened.
It did. It was an exciting tournament, actually.
It really was. There were ups. There were downs.
There were mediums.
There were all arounds.
Yeah, and every Mythic Championship is in and of itself exciting, but we had some just super sweet, like edge of your seat moments, especially in that top 8.
Oh, that top 8, there was so much play to it.
There really was.
And I know that I think a lot of people after this weekend, going into the weekend, especially when they first showed the number of people playing Hogaak, which was over 20% of the field.
Just a little disheartening.
And people went into it being like, the deck's win percentage is going to be absurd. It's just too good. And everyone has everyone's having to play all these Leyline of the Voids. That being said, I think people were like not anticipating there being a lot of like
a good top
back
8
and forth. Exactly. But that top 8 was really good to watch. Not saying that Hogaak should be in the format. I'm just saying that it was nevertheless a really good top 8. There was so much play to it.
And 7 different decks in the end in the top 8. But the deck that took it all down was none other than classic green Tron in the hands of Toralf Severin from Germany.
Yeah. Tron. How about that?
Who could have, nobody would have, if you would have said Tron's going to win, I guess it always has an outside chance because it's just so powerful, but you would have kind of been like, yeah, right.
Not this weekend. Someone's going to attack you for 16 on turn 3.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what I would have thought.
Mm-hmm.
But,
or 20.
Or 20.
Yeah.
Exactly. But it turns out sometimes, the classics are classics for a reason.
That's right.
And Toralf,
we still talk about Casablanca because it is the Tron of movies.
Oh my God. I wish when you played Karn, well, it's not on Arena, but if it were, Karn comes down and he's just like, here's looking at you, kid.
That's like Karn's voice line.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
But Toralf is a super nice guy.
So nice.
What a wonderful champion.
Yeah. And his opponent, Alvaro, in the top 2.
In the finals.
Also known as the finals.
Yeah,
the top 2.
The top 2.
Was also super nice.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And a hometown hero.
That's right.
Super cool
Spain.
to see him get so far in the tournament. Lots of people cheering for him in the venue, of course.
So, Maria.
Yes.
I want to bring us around to a topic that is close to home for you.
Oh boy.
What's a deck you saw this weekend that you liked?
Great question.
Yeah.
So Modern, a lot of people love Modern because there are so many decks you can play despite Hogaak being so heavy in the field. Whatever. You can play so many different kinds of decks. And I found BFF for life in the tournament floor this weekend. And he was playing Boggles.
Yes, but he was.
Here's the thing. He wasn't playing your standard normal green-white hexproof deck. He had innovated and was playing a Bant version of Boggles, which is a deck that a lot of people have been trying to make a thing for many years now. As soon as Curious Obsession was printed, people tried it again, but nobody really put it together, I would say, and did well with it at a tournament. But this guy's name is Sergio Ferri, and he had Curious Obsession and the Boggles deck. He had Force of Negation, which is awesome.
Very spicy.
Invisible Stalker got added to the deck.
Yeah.
Little Teferi was hanging out in the deck.
Little T.
Unstable Mutation was hanging out in the deck as a new aura.
All right.
Yeah, I loved this deck. It seems so cool. I'm definitely going to build it and try it out on Magic Online and see how I like it. But Force of Negating somebody in a Boggles deck would just feel like Christmas, honestly, because there's no better feeling than having hexproof and then just like protection from whatever shenanigans they're going to try and do.
That sounds very, very cool. And he made day 2 with that deck.
He did make day 2 with it. So congratulations to him. Hopefully we see more Boggles innovation in Modern in the future. What was your favorite deck that you saw out there?
Ooh, great question. I asked you the question knowing that you would ask it back and I had an answer in my head, but it's gone.
Do you want me to talk about another deck?
Yeah, tell me about another one.
Okay, so another sweet deck that was running around out there was an update to Mardu Pyromancer, which is kind of a fan favorite. It's now called Mardu Pyromancers.
I have my answer.
Oh, okay.
But keep going.
Because it also now plays the older Pyromancer version of Young Pyromancer.
Old Pyromancer.
I wish that was... No, we're still waiting for old Pyromancer. This is teenage Pyromancer, aka seasoned Pyromancer.
Wait, how old do you think young Pyromancer is?
Like 10?
I think he's 12 at least.
I was going to say 10 to 12.
Yeah, I think he's 12.
Definitely not 13.
But he's not teen. You're right. And so, like, how old do you think seasoned Pyromancer is?
Honestly, 21.
Yeah, he doesn't look teen.
No.
Okay. So we skipped over the teen years of Pyromancers.
We did. Chandra's got that covered.
We have teen Chandra.
But did you know Young Pyromancer, the art is cosplaying as Chandra?
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, isn't that cute?
That's very cute.
I didn't know that. But
that's really great. Okay, I remembered what I was going to talk about.
But also, the deck also has Lightning Skelemental.
Oh.
So, like...
Which one's a Lightning Skelemental?
It's the 6-1 with haste, and when it hits them, they have to discard. Oh. And then you unearth it and bring it back and do it again.
That's right.
Which you can do in, Modern Horizons Draft, but now people are also just doing it straight up in Modern.
Very cool.
Anyway, the deck seems sweet.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Ooh, the Urza Thopter Sword combo.
Oh, yeah, of course.
It was very cool. I was super happy to see it make the top 8 for one. And also it had a very high win percentage in the tournament overall.
Yeah, it's really good against Hogaak.
Only 19 people playing it, but it had something like a 56% win rate.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just think that deck is very cool. You just make a little bunch of Thopter friends. And they thop around.
They thop. You get an infinite combo.
Exactly. So there's essentially, once you have Urza and you have Sword of the Meek. And you have
Thopter Foundry.
Yes, you have an infinite combo where you can gain infinite life and you make infinite Thopters. And you can also activate Urza infinite times and
you have infinite mana.
And just play everything off your library, which is really cool.
Yeah, Brian Braunduin of the MPL was also on this deck. And people were teasing him like, oh, I'm making 0 mana 8/8s on turn 2, and you're paying 4 mana for a 1/4 because it plays Psy Master Thopterist.
Yes, it's true. And like Urza himself does not. It has about the same stat.
Yeah, I think Urza is also a 1/4 for 4.
Yeah, for 4.
Okay, cool.
But
cool
jokes
move,
on them because, like you said, the deck is solid against Hogaak.
It really is. So yeah, I texted you this deck the first time I saw it because I thought you would like it.
Yeah, and do you know what? Watching it, I really did.
Because you love combo.
I do, and it's so cool to like watch it. It has like the little
so many
goblin
cantrips
that you can go and get. Like there's the goblin that you cast.
Engineer.
Yes. Where you can go and get an artifact and put it in your graveyard, but then you can sack an artifact to return one from your graveyard and just stuff like that. Oh, it's like putting together a little puzzle piece.
It is.
It's great.
Speaking of puzzle pieces, the deck that was in the finals that faced off against Tron was none other than Hardened Scales.
Yes.
Which
that is like a puzzle, but where the puzzle is made of math.
I mean, props to whoever chooses to play this deck. It is so difficult.
Yes.
I think it is the hardest deck to play in Modern. And there's
so many choices in terms of like sacrificing things to put on counters on other things.
Yeah.
But then where are you putting those counters? You have walking ballistas that you can put counters on to deal damage. There's hangerback walkers that you can put counters on to make Thopters. There's classic Arcbound Ravager that you can just like put it all on a Nexus and attack them a whole bunch.
You can make your little, Blink Moth or Ink Moth Nexus and put counters on it to try and one-shot them.
It has so many lines.
And also you have to think about, while you're doing all that, you have to think about what removal spells your opponent might have and how that will wreck your plan.
Oof.
So if you want to see some super interesting, like mathy, thought out turns, it happened a lot in our top 8.
Yeah.
With Alvaro playing that deck, Hardened Scales.
There was their last game in the semifinals. I was like, it was a long match.
It was.
There was so much happening.
In backstage, watching the match happen too was just okay. Yeah. So Toralf was at 1 life.
Yeah.
In the last game.
Yes.
1 life.
Yeah.
So I guarantee you,
which was the second time that happened.
With him?
No, in the finals, in the top 8 though. Oh. There was the match that was Jund versus the Urzethopter sword.
Oh yes.
And it looked this was Zhang was down to 1 life.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
And Lens had like 2 planeswalkers in play and like 2 like an Urza and an Astrolabe that he had animated with Tezzeret to be a 5/5, and we were just like, I was getting ready to go out there and be like, okay, we need to like get the end of this match, do the little wrap up and everything. And then I was like, 5 turns later, the game was over, but in the other direction.
Yes.
And
that's not the only time that happened. There was a match right before the top 8. Well, not right before, the day before, but trying to get into the top 8 with Mono Red Phoenix.
Yes.
The person who ended up in the top 8 with Mono Red Phoenix.
Yeah.
And it looked like they were basically
Juan Jose Rodriguez Lopez.
Yeah.
Versus Yelger Vigersma.
Yes, versus Yelger. Basically, Yelger looked like he had it with Hogaak. You blink, and all of a sudden, we were able to top deck 2 lightning bolts off of 4 Manamorphoses. That it took, at least 4 were played during the game.
Wow.
And it was just like, if he didn't draw that was it. And Yelger would have been in the top 8.
Yeah.
Yelger, of course, of Team Good Luck High Five.
Team Good Luck High Five.
Woo! Great job, Yelger. 10th place.
We're real proud of you.
You did it.
We're very, very proud.
You might have seen him wearing his GLH5 hoodie in the feature match area.
Pretty great.
Yeah, that was awesome.
So yeah. Okay, but we've talked about all the stuff that was great about Modern.
Yeah.
But let's talk about Hogaak.
Hogaak. Okay.
Let's talk about the Hogaak in the room.
Let's get down to brass Hogaaks here.
Yes, exactly.
So Hogaak was more than 50% of the field.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was like, what?
20, more than 20% of the field.
Yeah.
Which is very high.
Yeah.
It's not an all-time high, of course.
Yeah.
Some tournaments are just degenerate. But Leyline of the Void was the most played card in the tournament as well.
And that, to me, is the more important stat.
I agree.
It's people looking at the deck and saying, well, if we're going to have any chance of keeping this in check, this is what we have to do.
Yes.
And
people are putting in their main deck, by the way, in this tournament. People were shaving sideboard slots, like Karn the Great Creator was shaved from people's sideboards, which is why Hardened Scales probably was able to end up in our top 8 and putting in Leyline of the Void instead.
Yeah.
Finally, we'll mention the win rate of the deck.
Oh, yeah.
Win rate of the deck was 56%. And that's not even counting the Hogaak dredge lists, which had an even higher win rate percentage, which is basically just dredge plus Hogaak of 60%.
So if we go back a couple of weeks when they ban Bridge from Below.
Yeah.
Because they look at this Hogaak deck and they're like, oh, Bridge from Below, the justification for it was, hey, Bridge from Below looks like the card that's most likely to become busted again in the future.
Correct.
So we're going to go ahead and ban that. But it turns out that all it did was that people had been lazy before and found the first busted Hogaak deck that there was, but it wasn't even the best Hogaak deck that there was.
I talked to so many pros who were like, no, this is just better.
Yes. They just found a deck that was better without it.
Yep. Because
you
didn't even, they put in Seder Wayfinder instead.
Oh, I do have to say, I love that.
Me too.
I love that random little Theros card.
I know.
Coming back and being like, hey, do you know what you never thought would be relevant in an Eternal format? This
Seder Wayfinder.
1/1 for 2.
Yeah, exactly.
And in case you were not from the days of Theros, it's a little 1/1 for 2. And when it comes into play, you reveal the top 4 cards of your library. I think you can put a land card into your hand, right?
Yeah.
And the rest go into the graveyard.
That's the important part.
Exactly. And I think it's even a May on the land. So if they want to, and they have like enough lands in here, they can
drop
just
it,
like toss them all into the graveyard.
Another fun Hogaak stat before we go into our opinions is that Frank Karsten, Frankie Numbers, Dr. Frank Karsten, went around and asked players how often did they, this is not like a official study, have Hogaak on turn 2. They said 70% of the time.
Wow.
Which is quite high.
Yeah.
So he's probably going to actually run those numbers and see what it is.
Yeah.
But that was kind of just like, what's the word I'm looking for when it's not official, but it's just what people are saying. Number. So, which is
unofficial.
Pretty high.
Yeah. That's absurd.
I'm so torn about this.
Yeah. Tell me about it. Hit me with those thoughts.
My thoughts are,
Hit me with your best thoughts. Okay.
I just think that it's so neat to have this deck around. Hogaak is such a cool creature, and what people have done with it is really neat. And I hate to constantly just bash on people doing cool things and quote unquote breaking the format.
Oh, absolutely. It is a very cool card.
But I think it has to go because of the fact of the Leyline of the Voids.
Yes.
It warped everybody's sideboard and main deck plan to a point that's unhealthy.
Yeah.
When you have to run a card like Leyline in your main, I think that is when it becomes a problem.
Yeah.
Having even 4 in your sideboard, I'm okay with that because I had to do that when Death Shadow was huge with not Leyline of the Void, but Leyline of Sanctity.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it does unfortunately have to go, which does make me
sad. And it can play pretty well around that Leyline.
Yeah, it can.
It's got a lot of tools at its disposal to get rid of it.
Yeah.
And it's disposable.
And it's disposable.
At its disposal to get rid of it. Yeah, I think I have eventually arrived at the same conclusion, which it does stink because watching the deck, it's like, oh, it is so cool to have this piece of innovation in there.
Yeah, agree.
It's really, really neat.
But you know what? Vengevine is a good deck anyway. I'll just say that.
Yes.
Which is the version before
Dredge is still a great deck also.
Dredge is also still a good deck.
It's done solidly for the last couple of years, which is, if you want to muck about in your graveyard, do that.
What if we took all of the best decks and we took away all of their one best card?
Wow. Or, okay, do you want to take away their best card or do you want to take away the card that wrecks them the hardest?
What do you mean?
Because, Tron, the answer would be, Urza's Power Plant. Just name one of the 3 lands and that deck is unplayable.
No, I'm going to take away Faithful Suiting. I'm going to take away Meddling Mage. I'm going to take away Hogaak. I'm going to take away Mox Opal. Okay. I'm going to take away, what was the deck you just mentioned? Oh, Tron. I'm going to take away Ancient Stirrings, et cetera, et cetera. Do you think that makes the format better?
Ooh, what a question.
This is just an interesting thought experiment.
Here's my return question.
Okay.
Is the format that exists after that modern?
I mean, or is it just standard plus?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I guess I feel like what you're balancing is this feel of, does it still feel like what players who have played modern and who love modern identify as modern?
Triple question.
Okay. We're just making a question sandwich here.
Triple question. Is the modern that we're nostalgic for in this scenario the modern that's just now that we have to deal with that everything is super powerful and has it been warped to be so uninteractive in turn 3 or whatever that it really should feel more like it did at its inception?
Okay. I don't know what modern felt like at its inception.
Neither do I.
I don't know because I guess I feel weird about, I know a lot of people have called for Ancient Stirrings for a very long time now. I don't know that that's one that I agree with because that seems to me like it's an anchor for a lot of strategies that are perennially good, right? Tron isn't a huge menace of the format. There's a lot of people are just, I feel like when people talk about disliking Tron, I see things like, oh, it's so boring to watch. Or, oh, this deck is just, playing its own game and is non-interactive. But that's true of a lot of modern decks.
Yes.
And I guess it's just sort of well, I don't want us to ban cards for that reason because you think it's boring or because you wish that it was more interactive. I think that we should ban cards. You look at Hogaak and it's well, this is twisting a metagame, whereas Tron is sometimes good and it's sometimes bad.
Yeah.
And if you're going to play it, you're going to have to roll with those kinds of swings.
I'm just wondering what modern would be like with these changes.
Yeah.
It would be more like standard for sure.
Exactly. And I guess part of me wants to be if you want to play, I also feel like people who say stuff like that want to play creature decks. And part of me says, if what you want is a format that is a bunch of creature decks going at each other, play standard.
And it's standard. Because
modern wouldn't feel like modern to me if you didn't have the viability of non-creature-based strategies. It's such a cool home for those. It's really cool that modern is a home for Scapeshift. And it's a home for Thopter Sword. And it's a home for Tron. And it's a home for Dredge. I like that. And I think that if we took away a home for those decks, it would feel like we lost something from Magic.
You can head on Twitter if you want to get opinions from all of the pros about all of this. So far in this discussion, we've voiced opinions from Reed Duke, Andrea Mengucci, Brad Nelson, et cetera, who have like talked about this and their thoughts. But I don't know
when it comes to Hogaak, I do think that Hogaak probably needs to go.
Yeah. I don't know if they'll do an emergency banning before GP Vegas or if they'll wait till the next BNR announcement or what's going to happen with it. But
yeah, we didn't get one this Monday, which is the absolute earliest it could have been.
Yeah.
Although it seems reasonable that they would take at least a week to sit down and be like,
true.
How do we feel about this?
True. But speaking of Hogaak, it was the most popular deck. The second most popular was Is It Phoenix, actually, which turned out to be okay. Javier Dominguez did quite well with it. Yeah. He's really skilled with the deck. And there's even a new version of, what was I going to say? There's a new Scape Shift deck out there called Snow Shift.
Yeah.
Which somebody brought to the table, and there's a deck tech about that you can watch. Yeah, but humans remain popular. There was basically no affinity to be seen this weekend. I feel like Hardened
Scales has kind of been accepted as like this is better.
Yeah, it's just better. Eldrazi, Tron, White Blue Control, Jund.
Jund, I think, is a deck that we're going to see on the rise again after Hogaak gets banned.
I agree.
I'm going to go with the win and not if on the Hogaak ban. I'm just going to start moving it that way.
I think it is going to happen.
I think that the next question, here's my hot take.
Ooh, a hot take.
The next question after Hogaak is gone is going to be, is Ren in 6-2 powerful?
Yeah, it might be.
Yeah. Or does it make Jund just good enough? Because it's definitely been, it's another one of the decks that definitely goes through like its little ups and downs.
I was very happy. Is it going to be
consistently on top again?
I was happy to see it do so well.
Yeah.
A lot of people love this deck. And it's cool to have like a deck that, well, people call it the fair deck. It is playing a lot of Inquisitions and Thoughtseize, which
I mean, it's a very fair way to play.
Kind of feel fair when it happens to you, but you know what I mean.
It is technically fair.
It is fair. You're playing Tarmogoyf, Scavenging Ooze, etc.
Yeah.
Cool to have that strategy exist in Modern.
So, yeah, my hot take. At least some people are going to be like, Ren and 6 is too powerful.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, man.
We also played Modern Horizons Draft, by the way.
Wow, we did.
Wow, did we ever?
Yeah.
And a lot of people are like, the reason we didn't see so much Hogaak in the top 8 is because the players playing it just didn't do well in draft.
Yeah,
which
that's a very legitimate thing. You have to be able to draft a set.
Yeah.
Very well.
Yes.
In order to make that top 8.
And Modern Horizons is not easy to draft well.
No.
It is hard. And a lot of people came in with very strong opinions about what was good and what was not good, but they were not across the board.
Yeah.
Most people thought Blue Black Ninjas was the best, but that it was overdrafted and likely to be overdrafted at the tables. And I did see when people got the deck, it usually did really, really well. Red Black people loved. People loved Red Green, which actually we saw a lot of 3-0s with Red Green.
I saw a lot of Snow.
And Snow, of course. If you can get the Snow deck, if you're the only Snow drafter, ship it. Yeah. Like, you've done it.
Yep. I did get to see Emma Handy draft a really cool deck on day 2. Did you hear about this?
Yeah, this is a Sam Black invention.
Yes. So Emma, Autumn, and Sam all worked on drafting together for this format.
Yeah.
Sam Black. And it was like they went with Mill.
The Mill strategy.
But Emma's deck on day 2. So like I saw Autumn's deck on day 1. And their deck on day 1 was a lot of the more classic Mill stuff.
Yeah.
Like the Cancrixes.
Iceberg Cancrix. I love
sort of
that.
Thing. And I was like, okay, this is awesome. And then Emma's deck on day 2, her deck had Altar of Dementia and Hogaak in it.
Oh my god!
And I watched her play against Pat Cox, and Pat attacks her, and I was like, okay. And then she goes, "How many cards are in your deck?"
Oh shoot!
And he counts, and it's something like 26, 25, 26 cards, something like that. And I was like, okay, I take the damage. And on her next turn, she literally mills him for the rest of his library. And that happened 2 games in a row.
That's awesome.
It was so cool.
Yeah, they were keeping this draft strategy under their hats for day one. They
really were.
Because it is pretty off the wall. And they wanted to keep it secret. But once it came out publicly, you can check out some of their deck lists from their drafts. I know Sam 3-0'd the first one. I think both of the other players 2-1 their first draft.
I want to say, yeah.
And
I think I want to say that I'm also 2-1 on day.
Okay.
Too.
Yeah. So that's pretty good.
Very cool.
And really, really cool to see inventive stuff like that happening. And you can try it at home if you feel brave. I never feel brave enough to do this stuff.
Do it.
But it was such a fun draft format.
Yeah.
And I wish more people tuned in for the drafts at these events. Maybe, it was Europe. It was super early. But the draft numbers are always lower.
Literally middle of the night here.
But I'm like, oh, it was so cool. There were so many great games. But But overall, super fun tournament. Mm-hmm. Lots of edge of your seat moments. So if you want to go back and watch any of it, there's plenty of that happening. Last minute turnarounds like we talked about. For you, was there any highlight that stood out to you?
Great question. I think it was just the fact that it was a really good top 8.
Yeah.
I honestly think that it was, despite everything, it was a better top 8 than the London one.
Yeah.
I think that the games were
more exciting.
So exciting. And they were dedefinitely more exciting for me.
Yeah. Agree. Also, Barcelona's pretty dope.
Barcelona is great. Barcelona is A+.
If you get a chance, head on over to the city of butts. Look, everyone in Barcelona has a nice butt. It's just a fact.
It's very true.
It's just a fact. I don't know why.
All the
it's
walking
magical.
Hills.
Yeah. We've got some congratulations to hand out.
That's right. This is my favorite because our winning deck for our league for the Mythic Championship
team.
Yes. Our what?
Winning deck.
Yes. Winning team.
What
are we saying? I got lost in this conversation and whatever I was saying at the top.
We have a fantasy draft of players.
Yes, we do.
And so
there we go.
Of that we're playing in Mythic Championship IV on 1000leagues.com.
Yes.
And we get to announce now who did the best.
And I'm saying that the name of the winning team is my favorite.
Oh, okay.
Congratulations to the Plains in Spain.
Great team name, Plains in Spain. Congratulations.
Really, really wonderful.
You are our most winningest team of our entire league.
Yes. So please send us an email.
Yeah.
And we'll send you a sick little prize package.
Yeah, we're glhfmagic@gmail.com. So the person who made this wonderful team, the Plains in Spain, chose a hot list here. Nobody in the top 8.
No.
But the top 8 was
impressive.
Was a lot of people who you might not necessarily choose. The only real known name that was big in Magic was Martin Mueller.
Yeah.
So we have Greg Kowalski, Javier Dominguez, Brian Bronduin, Yuki Ichikawa, Li Shitian, Pascal Vierin, Raf Levy, Jean-Emmanuel Duprat, Marcio Carvalho, and Alexander Hain.
Yeah.
Solid team.
Really? Yeah. They did great. My team did not perform.
You came in 8th.
Oh, yeah.
I like your team name, though. Megan's Too Cool
Team. Yeah.
And I came in 6th with Maria's team. I did not have a very fun name for my team.
Also, the person who came in 2nd was Unseen Academicals.
Great name.
And you know what? They were pretty close, and that name is great. So you can send us an email, too. I'm just giving things away.
We're just giving away prizes here on the show.
Away.
But thank you everybody who played. We had a bunch of players. This is super fun. Next time we might do cards instead of players. So we'll mix it up for MC5. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. So congrats and thanks for playing. Let's say thanks to our other sponsor, Ultra Pro.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So this is something that every home needs.
I agree.
Every Magic home needs a land station.
Look at this beautiful land station.
And they have a beautiful land station. I never thought that I would say this about a land station because usually I see them and I'm like, that's functional.
Yeah.
That gets its job done. But this has these beautiful little clear trays with the mana symbols printed on them.
Yes.
And they sit in this base. So you can pick it up, right? Like you can pick up any, like you can pick up your little container of planes, etc. It's so good.
I have this land station at my house, and we were like organizing our office the other day, and I was like, oh, we need a land station in here.
Yeah, we do.
So we specifically requested this because it's so wonderful.
It's so good. And you need it.
You need it.
You need it.
Otherwise, I don't know what's happening in your house.
We're always looking for our lands. Every time we go to build a deck, we're just like, wait a second.
Where are the lands?
Where are the lands?
Oh, now we'll know. They're right here.
Yeah.
I'm also holding this playmat of Chandra, which features the Japanese alternate art, which you can get from Ultra Pro, a bunch of planeswalkers from War of the Spark with their alternate art, which is awesome. So if you're a Chandra fan, think about these. They're coming out with War of the Spark stained glass planeswalker magic paraphernalia as well. So like,
so cool.
Whatever art you like in the game,
so cool.
They've got it.
Cool.
It's time for Flavor Text Theater, and we're going to play a guessing game where you can play along at home.
So we've picked 2 decks each.
Yes.
To make the other person describe, kind of like catchphrase, but
or taboo.
Yeah, more like taboo. Except that instead of having a list of words that we know we can't say to describe this deck, instead we've each made up a secret list of 10 words that the other person does not know. And they're just trying to avoid it by thinking about what words might be on the list.
Yes. Yes.
So, for example, I mean, no example. Let's just jump into it.
We'll just do it. And you can guess at home, play along, and try and guess which decks we're describing for each other if we don't get caught in a trap.
All right, Maria, this is your first deck.
Okay.
To describe.
All right.
All right, go for it.
So Megan will buzz me if I say any of the banned words.
She doesn't know what my 10 banned words are.
Okay. And by the way, the rules of this deck too, we can't say popular players who play this deck, we can't say colors, we can't say the names of cards or any abilities on them, stuff like that.
So it's gonna get real obscure real fast.
Okay. This deck features an old geezer.
Shoot!
No way!
Old on here.
No way!
Old is on it because I knew it. Okay, do you want to keep trying?
Keep trying.
Yeah.
Keep trying. Features an ancient geezer.
There you go.
With sinister plans, making lots of birdie boys. You could even say a Google of birdie boys, plus a Google of dollar bills, y'all, and health. Can you guess which deck from Modern I'm talking about?
I don't know how anyone could possibly know what you were talking about. The deck is Urzethopter Sword. Maybe they did know.
I don't know. Maybe they did.
I knew you were going to describe Urza as old.
Dang it.
Old. Okay, here were the 10 words that I secretly decided Maria could not say.
Okay.
Silver, construct, robot, blade, old, shiny,
got me on old,
swarm, combo.
That's good.
Air, and metal.
Ooh, okay.
So
great
I
bands.
really like your
great bands.
Google of what was it? Birdie Boys.
Birdie Boys.
Google of Birdie Boys is now a synonym for swarm of thopters. Google of Birdie Boys. Okay.
Here's your deck you're going to describe. Okay. And I've got my 10 banned words here. Go for it.
All right. So this is this deck has the temperature of a Texas summer.
Good so far.
It is making its opponents feel the temperature of a Texas summer.
Oh, good grief.
By pointing hot spells at their faces.
Oh, faces.
Oh, yeah. I should have known. That was too easy. At their pie holes.
At their pie holes. I think people are going to guess the wrong deck here, though.
Yeah, it's true. And it also features, it is not the old school version of the Texas Heat Index deck. It is the new version that has a special feathered buddy.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Yes, that's right. Mono Red Phoenix is the answer. And the banned words were burn, bird, fire or flames, return, face, sky, ashes, 3, attack, and damage.
Nice. Yep. I should have known face.
Yeah, face.
I thought maybe it was so obvious that it would slip under the radar.
That's true. That's the beauty of this game, is you really have to make some contingency plans.
Yeah. Okay, here's your next one.
Okay, got it.
All right, go for it.
Oh, this is terrible. This deck is aggressive. Okay, I got through. This deck is aggressive and features a whole heck of a bunch of non-aliens.
No, how did I miss that one? I should have known.
Coming at you nonstop with the help of a sparkly glass, which can cheat them into play at instant speed.
Yeah.
Do you know what deck I'm describing? Do you think that's enough clues?
I don't know. Do you want to try for one or two more?
Okay, 1 or 2 more sentences about this. Oh, gosh.
I feel like maybe they would know.
I'm walking on hot coals here.
Yeah.
And features the help of a certain... Dang it. I'm going to hit one of these words. A certain sir who enjoys messing with your hand.
All right.
Came out unscathed.
Okay, so the deck is humans.
Humans.
Here are the words that are banned. Oh, wait. What did you say at the end?
What? A certain sir who enjoys messing with your hand.
I do have mess.
Mess. Oh,
yes,
wow. Okay.
I did think of that
Wow.
one.
That's pretty good. People.
Mess. Attack. Earth. Brave.
Oh.
Mean. Those. I was just trying to think of words that you might use to describe some of the creatures in humans. Brave, mean, friends, war, military, and alive.
Ooh, nice. Good list.
All right.
Okay. I could have said dudes.
Yeah.
All right. Go for it.
This deck is a terror of the format. And enjoys mucking about in tomb-like places.
Oh my God.
That might be below the living person surface.
Okay. I'm having ideas.
If you enjoy summoning long ago passed friends, then this deck is for you. With the special inclusion.
Yeah, well, this is what we need to hit.
Of one made of bones, etc. Oh my God. Bones, stones, and etc. friend.
Okay, I'll give it to you. The deck is Hogaak. I want to make sure we had the distinction from Dredge.
Yes.
The banned words were monster, graveyard, spooky, big, creepy, smash, 8, popular, gross, and dead, which you just got around with the terror.
Ooh,
Terror.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. I can't believe I didn't say dead.
Yeah, I know. That's pretty
Trying
good.
Real hard.
What did you call a graveyard? The burial place beneath
the tomb beneath the living person's surface. I want to say. So
wow.
now, that's how you too can refer to a graveyard.
Hey.
Oh, this creature is going to go to the tomb beneath the living person's surface.
You know, oh, Maria's broken. Thesaurus.com. If you need another sponsorship, consider what just happened to you.
I think that we made our case.
Well, everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with us for yet another week of fun, laughs, and information on Magic. That's not the name of our show anymore.
I know.
Good luck,
I
high
almost
five.
said it today too. It's the tired brain.
We are tired.
That's so long ago.
We
now.
literally did just fly in today, everybody.
Thank you once again to our amazing sponsors, Card Kingdom and Ultra Pro. Really fantastic places to get all of the cards and gear that you need to go and play at your local game store, which you absolutely should.
Yeah, and thanks to everybody who's patron on
yes.
patreon.com/GLHF Magic.
Don't forget to sign up for either of those challenges or mark it down on your calendars.
Starting
for
on the
hangout.
1st.
And all of the times are included. We made a little post about it over on the patron page.
Yeah.
So you can figure out the times to type it into your little calendar.
Boopity boop boop boop.
So we'll see you there.
But if you like dedication from podcasters who will still do a show, even though they don't know what year it is anymore because they're so exhausted.
What day is it?
Consider supporting us on Patreon. We'll be back next week.
Will we be more coherent?
We'll see.
We can hope.